In this video, I'm going to tell you how you can come up with 30 plus business ideas and reflect on the big questions in your life in only 45 minutes a week. You ready? Let's jump into it. Hi guys, my name is Matt, and on this channel we explore the high performance habits, tools and strategies that help entrepreneurs and professionals take consistent action and achieve better than expected results in business, fitness and life. Recently I was introduced to a concept by Ali Abdaal, and it's something called a clarity break. What is a clarity break? The concept is really simple. A clarity break is a regular scheduled time in your calendar that you spend with yourself. There are only two rules to a clarity break. The first rule is you need to be outside of your place of work, so whether that's an office or your home, somewhere where you're not disturbed. Second rule is that you cannot use this time for catching up on work. No emails, no phone calls, no social media, none of that. In your clarity break, there's only you, a pen, a piece of paper or a notebook, and somewhere where you can sit in peace and quiet. The location for my clarity break is Queen's Park in Brighton. I go there, it's got a nice pond, got some bench seating, it's got a little coffee shop. It's about a 10-minute walk from my house, so I pick up a coffee, head to my spot overlooking the pond, and I sit. Now, you can define how long and how often you take your clarity break, whether it's once a week for an hour or once a month for half a day. It's completely up to you. The core of the concept is that it is a regular scheduled time in your calendar that you stick to. I've currently scheduled in 45 minutes once a week, first thing in the morning on a Wednesday. As soon as you've found your spot and you've got your pen and paper or notebook handy, you sit down and you wait. And before long, ideas, questions, thoughts, reflections start to flow, and that's when you use your pen and paper to start writing them down. In my first clarity break, which I scheduled between 8 and 9 o'clock in the morning, I literally left my house, walked to the park, picked up my coffee, sat down, and within 30 seconds, ideas started to flow. I think there's something about not having any distractions and being out in nature that just unlocks your mind. And for the whole 45 minutes, I was writing whatever came into my head. As I mentioned at the top of the video, I had 30 plus ideas for my business, which I may or may not start. You know, the whole idea of having a clarity break is not necessarily for you to write down a list of actionable steps that you want to take next, but for you to start cultivating ideas which you may or may not choose to implement at some stage in the future. It's just allowing you to utilize your creativity, and you never know whether or not one of those ideas you bring to fruition, or one of those ideas, you know, helps you change something within your existing business or change something within your life at present. Now, I set a timer purposefully for 45 minutes, and I wanted to stick to that because I wanted to counteract Parkinson's law, which is, you know, work fills the time that you give to it. So I wanted to make sure that I could squeeze as much creativity out of my head within a very limited period of time, rather than just letting my ideas run wild and get exhausted by it after, you know, an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, whatever it is. And that then gave me the incentive to follow through with my clarity break the following week. So what happens with all the ideas that you come up with? Well, for me, I transfer them all into Notion. I've got a database of ideas, and literally it's almost like a brain dump of ideas into that database that I can call on at any moment in time once I've got them catalogued and scheduled. And also I can develop the ideas over time by using the slow burn method, which is popularized by Tiago Forte in his second brain concept. The interesting thing for me was just how effective taking a pre-scheduled break out of your day, or in my case out of the start of my day, to focus purely on stuff that's going on in your head. And your clarity break doesn't necessarily have to bring up ideas around work or business. In the follow-up clarity break that I had, it brought up quite a few questions about certain situations that are going on within my life right now, and how I should approach and handle those situations, you know, who I need to talk to, how I should talk to them about certain things, you know, what questions to ask of myself, what areas of improvement or learnings or lessons that I should take from certain situations that I was reflecting on in that period. It just goes to show that taking some pre-scheduled time out of your day, out of your week, to focus on what's going on with you can have benefits both from a work and a business perspective, as well as a personal and life perspective. And you're not necessarily always going to have answers that come up, as I experienced in my my second session, I had a load of questions that came up. Those are questions that I will need to spend more time reflecting on and thinking about in order to come up with the next actionable step to answer those questions. What I found in taking a clarity break was that it just allowed my mind to wander and to come up with different possibilities, different avenues to explore. So if you're stuck in a creative rut, or you're trying to problem solve or come up with answers for questions that you have which you've been mulling over for quite some time, or you want to get a better understanding as to why a certain thing or certain things have happened within your life, then I can highly recommend that taking a clarity break, something that's pre-scheduled, can be of a major benefit to you. Now, you might be sitting here watching this video and resisting the fact that taking this pre-scheduled time out to have a clarity break is not really going to yield anything for you. But I can guarantee that if you were to try this concept even once, then the outcome would be that you would find it quite transformational, simply because of the results that come from taking this break. The insights that you gain from your clarity break are not things that you will into existence. They are, ideas, concepts, questions, whatever it is that you allow to come into existence that you can then work on, discard, dismiss, or cultivate as you choose. And that's where this video right here about opportunity management will help. Now, opportunity management is a concept that you can use to filter through which of your ideas or questions or answers you actually act upon. And it also helps with determining what opportunities that are presented to you act upon in a broader sense as well, when you're offered to work with someone in the context of your business, or when an opportunity presents itself in your personal life. If that's of interest, make sure that you do click and watch this video right here. Otherwise, thanks for watching. Please hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you in the next video.